Welcome to the kitchen.
Wow, this is a big room. It's going to be a good-sized kitchen.
Yeah, we tried to maximize the view of the backyard with these French doors here.
Hey, why not?
We'll have room for an eat-in kitchen with a table and chairs in this area.
Great, great.
And an architect friend of ours helped us with the design of the kitchen. We have our cabinets here. They came last week.
Okay, well, this is great. I see you have a duct coming out of the ceiling here. This must be for your stove.
Well, we're going to have a cooktop here with a bay of drawers below. And then we're going to have our refrigerator run right about here. Mm-hmm. So what we're thinking is, if you can help us set the cabinets on this wall, we'll try to do the rest.
Okay, well, I can definitely do that. But I got a question. You want to install the cabinets before the finished floor goes down?
Well, we're thinking about it.
Okay, well, it's not unusual. I do it every now and then that way, but it is more work installing your finished floor.
Okay, so we'll actually have to cut the finished floor around the cabinets when we install it. Okay, I think we can handle that.
Okay, so to get started, we'll check your plan out, see if we can locate all the cabinets for this wall, and get started.
That sounds great.
Okay, this is the left side of the refrigerator cabinet.
Okay.
Now, what I like to do is take all of the cabinets and lay them out on an opposite wall so I can see how they look. Also, it's a good time to inspect for any damage and to make sure we have all of our cabinets.
Okay. You know, Tom, I was looking at this spice pull-out cabinet, and it appears that there's a crack in the veneer.
Yeah, that's actually a broken panel, and the cabinet supplier will have to send you a new front for that.
Okay, so we can install this cabinet and then put on a new front after.
Exactly. Now, let me show you how to read these plans. First of all, right down here on the right side, we have BD18. That means it's a base unit with drawers and 18 inches wide.
Okay.
Let's check it right here with a tape measure. And that is 18 inches wide.
Great.
What I noticed over here, to the right of the refrigerator, is a cabinet right here that says WMC24. It also says 24 up there. W is the wall, microwave cabinet, 24 inches wide. Let's take a measurement of this. Does that look like 24 inches to you?
No, it looks like 30 to me, Tom. What do we do?
Well, they sent us the wrong cabinet. Again, you're going to have to notify the cabinet supplier. They'll send us a 24-inch cabinet.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't mean that we've stopped. We can still install all of these units. We'll leave a 24-inch space so that when the cabinet arrives, we can slide it into place.
Okay.
Okay, to get started here, I want to simply add up all of these numbers in this run, and when I get the total, I'll put a reference on the wall and start installing our cabinets.
That sounds like a plan.
Now that we've totaled up all of the numbers off of the plan, I've taken that total and I measured from this wall in the kitchen down here all the way down to the end of where the cabinets will be. And that number totaled out at 204.5 inches. I've drawn a plumb line.
And why is that line important?
That establishes the cabinets on this wall from right to left.
Okay.
Next thing I want to establish is the height of the cabinets. And I need to know where the refrigerator is going and the height of the refrigerator.
Okay, we're planning a refrigerator right over here, and it measures 70 1/8 inches tall.
Okay, next I want to do is take a piece of finished flooring and place it on our floor and measure up 70 3/8. That gives us a 1/4 inch clearance for the refrigerator. That line is the reference that I can establish the height of all of our other cabinets. I have a cabinet over the refrigerator. I have a microwave cabinet here. I've measured down from under the microwave cabinet to the top of our countertop and allowed 16 inches.
Okay, and we have an 1.25 inch granite countertop.
Correct. I've drawn a line here which represents the top of the base cabinets. And now we're ready to screw the cabinets to the wall.
Okay.
I'm going to start down here, and I like to start with the top cabinets so the bottom cabinets won't be in our way. Now I got lucky here. There's actually an opening right here that I can see the first stud in the wall. What I simply will do is I'll take a finish nail and I'll drive it into the wall to verify that stud. Okay. Now I'm going to go over a little further, locate the next one. Should be right here. Now I'm going to measure from the edge of the cabinet to our first stud, which is 4 3/4 inch, and our second stud is 15 3/4 inch. Now I'm simply going to transfer those measurements to the back of our cabinet. 4 3/4, 15 3/4. Now I want to drill 4 holes in the back of the cabinet. That will ensure that when we put the cabinet on the wall, the screws will go into the studs. Okay, now that the 4 holes are drilled, and to save our back, we're going to place the top cabinet on this cabinet jack, which will hold the cabinet into position. Okay, now I'm going to get a screw up on the top. You on the line there?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's take that small level there, put it under the cabinet and check it for level. Okay, that side has to go up. Back to me just a hair. Oop. Right there. Okay, take the level. Now to screw the cabinet to the wall, I'm simply going to use a 2.5 inch deck screw. I actually have a cabinet washer attached to the deck screw to give me more surface area when attaching the screw to the cabinet.
Okay,
Okay, now we want to check the cabinet for plumb front to back. So put the level right on the front. See the bubble? Oh, that's good. All right, now we can screw all the screws in. That's our first cabinet. Now we're ready for the cabinet over the stove top, but I have to cut a hole in it first to connect the duct to the hood. When the electrician installs your hood vent, he will transition the round ductwork in the ceiling to the rectangular ductwork in the cabinet. All right, Ben, you want to clamp those two together? Okay, grab the other clamp. Good, that's good. That looks good. Now I'm going to put a screw over here on the top to hold the cabinet so it won't fall. Now I want to screw the two cabinets together using an 1¼ screw just behind the stile. Okay, now I want to take a 6-foot level and lay it on the face of the upper cabinet. And I want to make sure that the cabinet is straight. Take my filler, and oh yeah, I got a space right behind the level. That means that the wall is bowed in. So to straighten it, I'm simply going to loosen the screws in the back of the cabinet. Install a shim behind the cabinet that'll pull the bow out. All right, let's check it one more time. Oh, that's good. All right, now just tighten up the screw. Just snug it right up there, Brennan. Now what we're doing is we've actually laid all of the base cabinets on their back. And I've laid a piece of plywood on the floor first to lay all the base cabinets on, keeping them flat. What I want to do is I want to screw the cabinets together as a unit using these 1¼ panhead screws. Should make it easier for installation. Now I've just transferred the location of the outlet from the wall to the back of the cabinet, and now I'm ready to cut it out. Now I'm truing the cabinets up to each other. Let me show you what I mean. If I measure across the face of this cabinet, I've got 17 and 13/16. If I measure back here, I've got 17 and 9/16. What I need to do is make this space equal. So I'm simply going to drive a shim in, bringing the cabinet out till I get 17 and 13/16. Done. Now I want to do the next cabinet. I've got 24 inches. I'm going to bring this out with another shim. Pulling that out. The 24 inches. Now I'll just put a clamp on to hold it. And I'll check the middle. Now just screw them together. Now let's tip the cabinet back so we can drag it closer to the wall. Keep going in, keep going in. All right, now. Okay, now let's stand it up. Now we'll work it back and forth, okay? Okay, that's close enough for now. Now, because your floor is so uneven, and your finished floor, which is a full 3/4 of an inch, is not installed yet, we need to bring your cabinets up to this line. Now, that's a full 1¼ inch off of this cabinet right now. Now it's too much to use shim, so what I've done is I've ripped the filler strip down that I will install under the cabinets, shimming it and making it level, then installing the cabinets on this filler strip. But to do it, I have to remove the cabinets first. Break off the excess shims, and we're ready to put the cabinet back on. Now we're going to set the cabinet on the fillet. That's it. Let's put a level on it and see how we did. Perfect. Now I'm going to shiv it in place and screw it to the studs. Using my level as a straight edge, I want to check the front of the cabinets to see if they're straight. I have a gap right there. I have to pull the cabinet forward to tighten up that gap. To do that, I'm just going to put shims behind the cabinet. Okay, I pre-built the cabinet that's going to house the refrigerator on the floor. Now we'll screw it to the wall and to the adjoining cabinet. Well, Brendan, what do you think?
Tommy, it's starting to look like a kitchen.
It sure is, but you have one more detail that's pretty unique to this kitchen that we can't install right now. It's this kick detail that will go underneath the kitchen front like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but we can't install it because you have to install the finished floor. And to install it, you're going to have to trim some off of the top of the kick detail so it'll fit under there. Think you can handle that?
I think I can.
All right, and what about the rest of the cabinets?
Well, Tom, with everything you taught me today, I think I can handle it. Our days of microwave cooking and takeout are coming to a close.